Like, what can we do, and what can anybody change at this point to stop this overwhelming power that the government has to invade your privacy and to all the things that you exposed? When you talk about how the particular program that was in place has been shut down, but all they do is manipulate it slightly, do it so that you can argue in court that it's not the same thing, that is a different thing, come up with other justifications for it, and withhold evidence, and then drag the process out for years and years and years. And for you to be so optimistic is really kind of spectacular, considering the fact that you've been hiding in another country, allegedly. We don't even know. You might be in Ohio. we don't know. Yeah. You know, we don't know. Like, but you're essentially on the lam, and for exposing something that has now been determined to be illegal. So you are correct. When you go back to Obama's Hope and what was his website? Yeah. Hope and Change. Hope and Change. A big part of Hope and Change was protecting whistleblowers. Do you remember that? And that was all deleted later. Later on, they were like, yeah, let's go back and take that shit out. We didn't know. I didn't know what it was like to actually be president back then. I was just trying to get in there. But the Hope and Change stuff was still there when you were being tried. Was still there when they were chasing you and trying to find your location. When the Guardian article came out, the Hope and Change shit was still online. Yeah. And that's the fact that you're so optimistic, even though you've been fucked over royally. I mean, you are, in my opinion, you're a hero. I really think that. And I really think that what you exposed is hugely important for the American citizens to understand that absolute power corrupts absolutely, and these people had the ability to look into everything, and they just still do. They have the ability to look into everything you're doing, and the fact that through these years, it literally stopped 0 terrorist attacks, 0. So this sweeping, overwhelming intrusion of your privacy had no impact whatsoever on your safety.
Well, it wasn't about safety. It was about power, right? They told us it was about safety. That was, again, it's the Save the Puppies Act. Yes. If you see government saying all these things are for safety, they're protecting you, and they never establish the efficacy of it, the chances are it probably isn't effective. Because, the government leaks all the time. If they say, we saved this person, we did that, whenever they're being criticized, they go on TV and they very seriously go, oh, that's classified, and, we can't expose that. And you never hear of the successes we do because it's so important that they stay secret. Look, I worked for the CIA, I worked for the NSA. That's bullshit. When they do something great, it's on the front page of the New York Times by the end of the day because they're fighting for budget, they're fighting for clout, they're fighting for authority, they're fighting for new laws constantly. And
so there are no real accomplishments that are in the shadows that they just don't tell us about.
I mean, very rarely. Think about when we got bin Laden, right? Obama's like, I want a press conference within the next 20 minutes. And again, this is not to bag on Obama. Any president would do this. That's just how it is. Of course, there are some secret successes, but it's about stuff that no one cares about. It's stuff that wouldn't win them political clout. It's like they gained an advantaged negotiating position on the price of shrimp and clove cigarettes, which was actually one of the stories that came out of some kind of classified disclosure that I think was from WikiLeaks. That kind of stuff, it actually does happen, right? But we're never having a conversation of, do you want to give up all of your privacy rights so that we can get better prices on shrimp and clove cigarettes? Like, that would be a very different political conversation than, do you want to give up all of your privacy rights because if you don't, your children will die? And, it's...
Save the puppies.
Right, exactly. Save the puppies 2020. So this thing you ask about, me and optimism, like, I have been criticized relentlessly for being a naive optimist, right? And my answer is that you don't do what I did unless you believe that people can do better. I took a very comfortable life, you know. I was living in Hawaii with the woman that I loved. I had to do basically no work but go in the office and read spy feeds about people, all day long. And I could have done that, for the rest of my life quite happily. It would have been great. I set that on fire because I believed that what I saw was wrong. And I believed that people deserved to know about it. And I believed that if people did know about it, that things would change. I did not believe it was going to save the world. I did not believe I was going to get, a ticker tape parade and a pardon, be welcomed with open arms. There's actually, if you watch Citizen 4, which is the documentary from 2013 where I was meeting with reporters, and Laura Poitras had the camera rolling in the room when we talked for the first time. I said, the government's going to say I harm national security. I put everybody in jeopardy. They're going to charge me under the Espionage Act. And they really did try to destroy my life. They tried to put me in prison forever. And to this day, they are still trying to do the same thing. That's just how it is.